If you're doing a lot of high intensity interval training, the work may actually be counterproductive. Let me explain. Hi, I'm Coach Rob. At the time of this recording, I've been a physiologist for 40 years. One of the questions I get asked on a regular basis is, when we're looking at how hard someone should train, what percentage should be aerobic versus anaerobic? A popular term at the time of this recording, is high intensity interval training, also known as HIIT training. The question comes in, shouldn't I do more HIIT training if I want to get faster? And the answer is no, it's the exact opposite. At the end of this video, I'm going to be posting 2 additional videos about this subject of aerobic capacity. But for this video here, I want to explain why HIIT training can be counterproductive for your long-term gains when it comes to aerobic capacity and, believe it or not, your speed. If you study physiology at any level, you're going to start looking at muscle fiber types. You'll hear that muscle fiber type A is quick twitch. Think about a sprinter like Usain Bolt. Muscle fiber type B is going to be considered slow twitch. Think about a marathoner. Now, some people would say, just barely over 2 hours for a marathon. It almost looks like it's quick twitch muscle fiber type A. I get what you're saying, but if you're going to take a muscle biopsy, marathoners are going to be muscle fiber type B. Sprinters are going to be muscle fiber type A. Now again, don't get intimidated by the physiology, but I do want you to become a student. You need to allow me the chance to set the context. When we're looking at you doing heart rate zone 2, we refer to that physiologically as aerobic work. What you're doing is you're facilitating the enhancement in the development of muscle fiber type B muscle fiber. Now, you'll see in these other 2 videos that we have attached to this one, when we're looking at aerobic capacity, when it comes to speed, the ability to deliver oxygen will always be your #1 physical limiter. Now, when we're looking at what is the difference between fiber type A and B? Well, A is very explosive. Fiber type B is more of an extended period of time. Now, every sport's a little bit different, but at the end of the day, a ball and stick sport, by the end of the game, is going to require muscular endurance. If you're somebody that runs 100 meters and that is your only event for the entire day, you could get away with a little bit different training, but it still doesn't get around the principles of physiology. If you're somebody like we do a lot in the motocross world, for you to be able to do a 6-minute race and then do 6 of those in a day, it requires as much muscular endurance as it does sprint speed. And this is where I want to break the misinformation that's floating around out there, that the only way you can go fast is by doing sprint work. I've said it in the previous videos and I'll say it again in this one. It's the exact opposite. Your physical limiter when you're trying to go fast is the ability to provide oxygen to the working muscles. That's where we get the term anaerobic. You go from providing adequate amounts of aerobic energy, it starts to cross into that threshold of anaerobic and the muscles start to struggle. Now, stop and think about what we're trying to do and what we're discussing here in this video about becoming fitter, right? If you spend the majority of your time doing high intensity interval training, even if it's only for 12 weeks out of the year, you reduce the production of muscle fiber type B. So long term, 6 months from now, remember that's the pivot point. Everything you do today, you'll feel 6 months from now. So if you spend a lot of time doing HIIT training, you don't develop the muscles type that's necessary for aerobic function to deliver enough oxygen even at high speeds. High speeds for an extended period of time, anything over 6 to 10 minutes, it becomes even that much more important. Now, depending on what sport you're involved with, you might notice that some athletes do real well when they're young and then you don't see that same level of incremental improvement. This is probably one of the biggest pitfalls that people fall into, because when you're young and you have a lot of testosterone, you can recover from high intensity training a little bit more effectively than when you're in 20s. And then it just starts to wane after you get out of your 20s into your 30s and beyond. So stop and think about when you see somebody who has a nice young career and then it just falls off. If you go and you talk to people whose careers really pick up on the backside, that's because they lay the foundation of aerobic capacity first and foremost. I hope you found this video helpful. We've got 2 videos here at the end that we are going to continue this conversation about aerobic. I hope you'll take the time to watch it. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. And the notifications are important to us because every day we answer your question here on YouTube. If you have a question, don't hesitate to send it to me. contact@coachrob.com. We're going to be answering your questions every day here on YouTube. Please share these videos with your friends and family. We appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you soon.